this meeting off with a big hailstorm.
Hailstorm.
Thank you guys for being here and taking some time out of your weekend to spend it with us. We appreciate it. I hope you've all had a great week.
Outstanding.
It's good to hear. All right. I want to encourage people to put some recipes up on the Dinner in Guild Wars 2 thread. Bayor, who's been moving right now, that's why he's not here, he will pick a recipe or two from that, and we will designate a certain night to do it, usually on a meeting night. And he'll post a recipe or two with plenty of time for you to get the ingredients, and we'll all cook at the same time, that night, and have dinner together while we play Guild Wars 2. And here's the link for that. I don't think it's copying the whole link for some reason. That might work. I'm not sure. There you go. Thanks. And we're going to have some community events in April that are not up on the forum yet. Still in the planning stages. Just to give you an idea of what to look forward to in April, we will be having a Team Fortress 2 night. Not Team Fortress Classic, this time it's Team Fortress 2. And we will be selecting some people out of that to do a tournament with our Tenacious allies. So that's going to be fun. We're trying to get some more joint events going with one of our allied guilds, Tenacious. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're also going to have a karaoke event. This time it will not have a community meeting. It'll just be karaoke. And that should be on or around the 25th. That's around 6 weeks from the last one. So those are some upcoming events to look forward to. The dates are not carved in stone yet. I believe Team Fortress 2 will be on the 11th. So that'll be some good times. I always love it when we have so many people all up in the same channel, where everybody can get to know each other. That's what we're all about, is having fun together. We're all one big happy family, and it's great to have those community events to pull people out of their separate chapters and get to know everybody. Alright, if anybody wants to purchase a Swarm t-shirt or hoodie, you can do so. There are several styles available if you click that link, and you can just purchase them by going to the main page for our website and clicking on the PayPal button. Once you've made your purchase, you just email Emperor Venom at venom@sinisterswarm.com and tell them your event name, your size and stuff that you want, what style of shirt you want, and give him your PayPal info that you made the payment with, and he will get those shipped out to you. There are extended sizes available by request. They're a few dollars more, but he can get those if needed. So can represent the Swarm out there in the world. I've got a hoodie and t-shirt, and they are really good quality, but I do suggest that you order a size larger than necessary, because they do sometimes run small. Next link is for our orientation clinics. We have these on Sunday mornings on the first Sunday of the month, and we alternate them with the recruitment clinics, which I will also put a link up for. The next one will be a recruitment clinic, and it'll be the first Sunday in April at 10 a.m. Pacific. That's noon Central and 1 p.m. Eastern. Then in May, the first Sunday, it will be the orientation clinic. Anybody's welcome to come to the recruitment clinic. We encourage everyone to attend. The orientation clinic is open to Soldier Bees and up, any who are interested in coming. I especially encourage anyone who may be interested in a Herald or Vice Herald position, or if you think someday you might want to be considered for Killer Bee Quest. That is something that you have to do in order to get certified to do orientations, is attend at least one of these clinics, the orientation clinics. So if you are interested in something like that down the road, it can benefit you to go ahead and get one of those done, so that you won't have to wait when the time comes. So keep that in mind. Any questions about the links I put up? Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and pass to Agathu then. He's going to talk to you about lottery, tripod, etc., and PvE.
Hailstorm.
Hailstorm.
Hailstorm. Alright, so on the tripod, everyone's been doing a good job making sure you're repping in game and being an event winning game. working on the forums. Let's also remember that whenever we get new people to our chapter, not only the newbies that we recruited, but some other people that have moved over from other chapters, let's all make sure to extend a warm welcome and help them out, help them get acclimated to the game and get them going. Okay? See, now for the lottery. So, our first prize winner for this week's lottery is Tress. Congratulations. And Azure won the second prize. There's the link for the lottery. The winners are posted. Each week we hold it. For April, I am going to work on seeing if I can come up with a special prize, and we'll see if we can do a special lottery for that month. I will let you know at our next guild meeting on the 28th what that will be, and I will put up info on that in that form. Any questions on the lottery? Does anyone have questions about the tripod? Alright, well, since Bayor and Eli were not able to make it tonight, I'm going to talk about the PvE content. Make sure that you've signed up for the newsletter for Guild Wars 2, so you have a chance of getting into the beta tests for the expansion. I did receive a beta stress test invite for this coming Tuesday. 2 different times. I'm going to work with Nyland to get my Twitch working so that I can broadcast it. They are going to let us create new characters just for the beta, and the Revenant is going to be available to play, so I will be making one and trying to get as much information as I can out of that one. Alright, as many of you know, this last patch had a few bugs in it, one or two, that they've been working on. I think they're starting to get somewhere. At least we've been seeing updates pretty regularly. I don't know how far along they've got to fixing everything, but hopefully it's good. If you don't know, they've put in a new camera view. So they've added a field of view slider, zoom sensitivity, and collision sensitivity with your camera. You can also put it in for if you want to go into first-person view, which can be disoriented if you've never played in a first-person view before. And you can set it so that the camera is set to your character's height. So that way when you change characters, you're not constantly having to fiddle with your camera if they're different sizes, especially going from an Asherin to a Norn. It's a little different. Other than that, they just did some balance and bug fixes, and they changed 2 of the runes. So the rune of vampirism, the 4th bonus, steal life when using a healing skill, is now functioning properly after resurrection, and the rune of scavenging, which has the same one, is also functioning properly. And they have done some updates to the different classes. There's the link to the page with all the updates. So if you want to check out what they've done to your favorite class, you can always look there and see if you need to adjust your builds any specific way. Necromancers have had a big fix for their traits for when they go into the down state. All their minion traits are going to stay active while they're in the down state. So those of you fighting Minion Master Necromancers, every pet that's damaging you will probably be healing them also. So you can make it a little harder to get them, to keep them down. So make sure you're watching out for that in PvP and World versus World. They've also added on the Black Lion trading company, not in the gem store, but in their little weapon salesman, who usually stands next to one of them somewhere. They have different skins for different weapons, and the new ones that they've added are shadow weapons. Some of them look kind of cool. To be able to buy those, you do have to get Black Lion claim tickets, which you can only get out of Black Lion chests, and you have to buy keys for those, or you can learn how to farm keys. They made it a little bit more difficult than it used to be to farm keys, but it's still possible to do. And if you want to buy them, otherwise you need to spend gold to transfer to gems, or buy gems with cash to get the keys to unlock them. Sometimes you get the Black Lion ticket scraps. You need 10 of those to make one ticket. Sometimes you'll get a full ticket out of there, and they drop other items too. You don't always get those. And then also they added into the Total Makeover kits, which are available on the gem store, 3 new faces for each race that are exclusive to the Total Makeover kits. Looks like the rest of the patch notes there are all about bug fixes they've been doing with it. Yeah, I got the shield, the long sword, a long bow, and I think I grabbed a staff. I had a few tickets. If you don't know how to key farm, you can ask several of us how to do it. Critty, Elijah, I do it, Bayor. I'm not sure if Kara, do you do the key farming? Okay, Kara doesn't do it. But we can tell you the simplest way to do it, and what it is you are at the end of your story at level 10, you get a Black Lion key. And what we do is you have an open blank character space. We'll tell you what kind of race of character to make, class and everything, and you can buy a set of armor for them if you want. But before, you used to be able to buy a decent set of armor and just run the character right through their story at level 1, but since they changed the way it levels up, you now have to get them to level 10 to be able to do the story, and then get your key, and then you delete it. You put everything in the bank, delete it, start again. Any questions or comments about PvE content?
I've got a comment for everybody who wants to learn to key. If you store up all of your low-level luck, all of your blue levels of luck, just bank a lot of it, when you create a new character, turn him into an artificer and craft the luck up into exotic luck. That'll give you 3 levels, and it'll also speed up your ability to key farm.
Thank you, Liege. I hadn't thought about doing that. I'll have to remember to keep mine in there.
He has the best ideas.
That's very clever.
Yeah, and you can transform those at level 1, so as soon as you create your character, you can run inside, become an artificer, and just start crafting them.
Yep.
Excellent idea, thank you.
And Taz says that cooking and crafting with karma stuff is pretty easy also. I don't know, I haven't done cooking since I hit 400 way back in the day, so it was like one of my first ones to 400, so I don't remember hardly anything about cooking.
The plates of meaty food are, I think, like 5 silver on the trading post, but the mats to make them aren't nowhere near as much as that, so you can craft them as well. The ones that grant you like 20 power, I think it is level 1 food. It's meaty something or other. They're another thing you can craft if you want to speed level yourself, because you can craft the food, then sell it, and you'll make profit on the food whilst you're getting the levels to turn around and key farm, and then the rest you can do to create luck.
Right, any other... and Critty has a guide up for getting through crafting when key farming. Any other questions or comments about the PvE content? All right, I am going to turn it over to Nyland.
Hailstorm.
Hailstorm. Hailstorm.
First, I'd like to talk to you about Where's Nizer, real briefly. Where's Nizer is a game where me and Asher, when he's around, he's been busy. We go find a place on the map, somewhere in the guild, in the game. Typically, somewhere someone with level 20 or below can find the location. The image that's currently up was posted on the 13th of March. It still has not yet been found. Although I'm pretty sure that as soon as the officers see it, they will go right to it, because they'll probably know where this one is. You can get there, as I said. That doesn't mean that it's necessarily easy to get there, but you can access it at low levels. And once you get there, then you can get, I guess we're up to 3 gold now. It's been a week, so went from 2 gold to 3 gold each. You can go in a party. Everybody in the party will get a prize. All you need to do is find that location, take a screenshot of it with the same emote that you see in that picture, and then post it as a reply at the bottom, and we'll recognize you at the next meeting. Any question on Where's Nizer?
Where is he?
Well, it's also been known that there's occasional Easter eggs in the video recording of these meetings that sometimes are helpful for folks when they're having trouble finding the location. It does require watching the video. Okay, now I'm going to change my hat a little bit as soon as I find my own post. Ah, there it is. There's my next. As all of you know, our Herald is out for a while as he recuperates, and I've taken over the Herald duties. So we're having a recruitment drive that ends at the end of this month, which isn't too far away. It's 10 days away. With that recruitment drive, we're handing out, we do this a couple times a year, and when we do it, we hand out cool prizes. The prizes are based on the number of folks we get to worker bee by the end of the month, and so we are looking at, we have 1 recruit that I know now that made worker bee. We're looking at prizes though for 10 of a mace precursor, for 9 worker bees, a bloody print staff skin for 8 worker bees, a great line, great sword skin, and then we also have 50, 35, and 25 gold awards. Everybody who recruits anyone, even if they don't get to worker bee, will get a 15 slot bag and a ticket for the drawing for the prizes. So we have to meet a minimum of 8 worker bees to get the prizes, and that means that everybody needs to go out recruiting. The easiest way I know to do it, as Ringo's tells you, and since I don't have a Vice Herald, I'm going to task all of you to doing this at least once a week, and that is to go into the 1 through 15 levels and broadcast a recruitment message and see if you get anyone to go to the forums and ask any questions they have. So I want all of you to do that, if you would please, once a week. Take 15 minutes, jump to a 1 through 15 map area, broadcast a recruitment message, and wait a few minutes and see if anybody responds or if they go to the calendar. I think everybody can do that, eh? Otherwise, recruiting is pretty easy to do. There's a great thread right there on how to recruit. Folks, we have a lot of recruits who come in and then maybe go to other games, but as you know, in order for us to do guild missions and to have a good time in World versus World, it's nice if we have a dozen or more folks at a time. That's not going to happen with normal attrition of people moving around to different games, and maybe they'll stay in the guild but be in different games. That's not going to happen if we don't keep recruiting. So it's essential that we keep the input side going, and if we don't do that, we're going to find ourselves our ranks too low to do some of the activities. I don't want that. That's why I even care so strongly that I'm taking on the Herald job. So I'm asking each of you, please take a moment this week, go to 1 through 15 area and send out a recruitment message. And that second link is it has helpful recruitment messages on there that you can just copy and paste right into your message on the game. Any questions on that one? Okay, well, our one newbie is Tor. We want to thank and welcome Tor in. Please give him any help he needs getting up to worker bee status. I don't currently have any folks who made worker bee in the past week from newbie, although we're getting close. And and we will have 2 folks who are eligible for Soldier Bee tests if they're here and able to do it. That's all I have on recruitment. Agathu, back to you or back to Fate?
Go ahead and announce the promotions.
We don't have anyone who promoted to Worker Bee this week. We have the folks who are eligible to promote to Soldier Bee and take their Soldier Bee tests are Lurker Fox and Helbrecht.
Yeah, Helbrecht.
Congratulations.
Not able to make it. He sent his regrets.
Okay.
And look, I heard you've been having some problems with the forums today. We can do your Soldier Bee test at any time. You can just get with Mere Fate, and we can get you through the Soldier Bee test and get you promoted.
Yeah, and I apologize for some of you having trouble with the forums. What's happening for some people is they go to the forum page and it just has a white page there. I've brought it to our forum admin's attention. That's King Zood, and he is looking into it right now. He does not know what's causing that yet. It generally affects people from anywhere from an average of 12 hours, and then it just sort of straightens up, and then they can log into the forums again. So keep trying, but I do apologize for that inconvenience.
While we're talking about the forums, it is essential that when you go to the forums, when you can get to them, make sure that you're logging in under your ID. We are going to be instituting some new stuff, and you could get marked as MIA if you have not logged into the forums after a while. So please make sure that you're logging in so that the forums are registering that you're there. All right, Pate, back to you.
Thank you. Yeah, and if you do get ever have to take a break or whatever and you're gone for a while and you come back and find that you've been marked MIA, that just means that you've been gone for a while. What that means is to get your rank event to show up what your rank should be instead of MIA. You'll just need to get a brief reorientation. It's kind of like the orientation you got when you joined, but just a briefer one, kind of a refresher course to kind of remind you of the rules and maybe update you on any changes that have been made to them. So any Killer Bee up can do that, and then once they've done that, you can get your rank set back to whatever, like if usually that's, for Soldier Bees and below. If it's Killer Bee or up, then you'll need to talk to a Swarm Lord at least and see what your rank will be set at, because we have made some changes to the amount of responsibility that some offices have, and some ranks, so it's different than, like, if you've been gone for a long time, it may be a lot different than when you were here. So that's how we handle the MIA situation. But hopefully none of you will have to go MIA, because we miss people when they're gone. Alright, Kara's got some World updates for us. Oh, news on Ringo. The last news that I heard from Ringo, well, he'd had the seizure and broke his leg and he was in the hospital. He did have surgery to put some pins in that, and basically the doctor had told him that since it was a combination of stress and some scar tissue from his recent surgery that caused the seizure, he really does not want him having anything stressful or getting overly excited about anything. So he actually was not allowing him to have a computer while he was in the hospital this time, was not allowed to have his laptop. So just getting upset about that and not being able to be here, he said caused him to have some little mini seizures, or I think a mini stroke. I'm not sure about that, don't quote me, but it was adversely affecting his health. So the doctor told him he's going to need to take an extended leave of absence, medical leave of absence, so that he can just focus on getting well, and his health does come first. So we're all wishing him well, and I'll let you guys know if I hear from him. No, Gunoff, I do not have, I have his address, but he has not given me permission to share it. So I won't be able to do that unless he gives me permission for that. So we'll see if we can work out something to where maybe people could send me a get well card and I could forward it to him.
That'll work.
But that's a very good idea. Thank you.
Nylan may be able to answer this question. Is there any way we can put up a card somewhere and we all sign it digitally and then print it and send it to them?
Yes, there is, and I can set that up in a forum. What you'll need to do, I'll explain what to do in the forum rather than here. Yes, I can set that up. For what it's worth to all of you, on each one of these meetings, I do emblazon a Get Well Soon Ringo on all the meetings that are videoed.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somebody was making some kitty sounds in event during Wolverine World. Can't remember if it was Thursday or Friday, but then it just all of a sudden made me think about Ringo, and I was missing him and Rocky. So, yeah, we'll all keep him in our thoughts, and hopefully he'll be back soon. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and pass to Cara.
Hellstorm.
Hellstorm.
Actually, this week we're actually doing pretty good. We had a really good turnout this week. I wanted to do EB this Friday just to give us something different to look at. I know a lot of people are not familiar with that map. That map can be exciting. As you saw, we had a couple really good fights on that map, and there's always bags to be had on EB. But other than that, the only real change that really affected World v. World would be the stability change they made. Stability does not work the way it used to. That's something we're all going to have to get used to when we use our stability skills. But other than that, I'm just waiting for Hearts of Thorn so I can have a new map to play with. Other than that, that's about it. I'll pass it back to Fate. Oh, is that open still?
Thanks, Cara. And I noticed a difference in World v. World this week was I used to could just aim my AoEs up at the top of the walls and sometimes hit the cannons and stuff up there, but it wasn't letting me do that the same way this week because it was saying that I didn't have a line of sight for the target or something.
Yeah, that was put in the patch notes. Somewhere in the patch notes, I think I read it, that they changed with the camera and the field of view and stuff. They changed the way AoE circles work. I noticed that, but at the same point, I still see the other team still pounding me with AoE circles on the top of things.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Note for you World v. Worlders, especially Necromancers. I've noticed not many people have cottoned onto this yet, but Necromancers can now break a Zerg, especially a melee train. You can absolutely eat it alive. If you use your epic minion and use the charge skill on the one that's about halfway through the Zerg, your minion will break stability off of everything in front of it, because the way the charge works is it strips stability. I think it's a bit like the old greatsword skill from the Elementalist skill 4, the greatsword charge. It ticks ridiculously fast, so because stability now can be stripped per hit, you can strip stability off of pretty much everybody, because it works like a standard AoE, so it can hit 5 people, but it will hit 5 people on the tick right in front of them. So as it charges through them, it wipes stability off of everybody.
Well, do that just before they hit your fear wall, and that could be pretty impressive.
Yeah, you will just watch. It's hilarious. If you charge the minion into them, they end up just bursting sideways, because once stability is gone, the minion will push them over. I did it with 3, I think it was 4 Necros. I was messing around with it last night in World v. World, and it's stupidly overpowered. They'll probably end up patching it shortly, but enjoy it while it works.
Yeah, on that mode, I forgot to say, there was an exploit. People were exploiting a golem bug, and right now all golems are not able to be used. How?
Sadness.
I know.
Yeah, we don't know how they were doing the exploit. We tried to be ignorant of exploits because we don't condone them, so we don't even talk about them, because then that might encourage people to try it. So, but anyway, thanks, Cara, for the update on World v. World. It's a great time, everybody. If you haven't tried World v. World, or you don't know how to do it, or you don't think you'd like to do it, give it a try. It's so much fun just running around out there with everybody, and it's not nearly as scary as you think. Toads is going to be back next week, possibly as soon as Tuesday. Toads is another one who's out on medical right now. He had actually basically a stroke, but he will be back, and talked to him last night. He can't wait to get back, and he's offered to take anybody who wants to out in World v. World during the day or whenever, and just show them around, tell them the lingo, just teach them, how to get supply, how to use supply, how to use siege equipment, that sort of thing. He will teach you all that fun stuff. Well, this is the part of the meeting where I just kind of open the floor up for questions. You can type /raise in the chat box if you want to share anything. If you have any suggestions, any questions, any complaints, any diatribes, or even if a Swarmer has just been especially helpful to you this week and you want to give them a shout out, this is a great time for that. Agathu, you got the first raise?
Yeah, just wanted to let everyone know that my niece gave birth to her second daughter this week. It was a little earlier than expected. They brought her in Tuesday to get her out, but both the mother and baby are home safe now.
Yay, that's wonderful. Have you posted a picture up on the forum yet?
No, I haven't.
Well, we'd love to see a picture of her up there. Alright, anybody else? Who's next? Oh, thanks for sharing Nyland's Twitch, Wyland. That's great.
Thanks. I hope it's working. I don't monitor it right now.
You guys
it's working fine.
Yeah, you might even want to throw up the YouTube channel. Let's see. Gunoff has a raise.
Until whenever, I guess, things change, I will not be on Sunday nights anymore. And I can only play every other night. So I'll be on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays.
Okay, well, thanks for letting us know. We're going to miss you. I hope that doesn't last too long.
Well, the Sunday nights will. I volunteered at an emergency shelter for youth, and I'm there every Sunday night overnight.
That's a good reason.
Yes, it is. Does anybody else have anything to share, or ask, or comment on? Okay, card type that she won't be here tomorrow. She's working a concert that she wants to see, but she gets to hear it for free. Well, that sounds like a pretty good trade-off. So that means we will need someone to lead World v. World tomorrow. Talk to Kara if you think you might be interested in doing that. Soldier Beer up. I just clicked the link for Nyland's Twitch and I heard echoes. That was kind of weird. That's why it kind of threw me off for a minute.
Oh, yes. You'll want to silence the Twitch side.
Yeah, there's a delay.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, on Monday. Yeah, World v. World on Monday for Heritage Night. It will be out in Edge of the Mists. I was just reading Kara's note, and I guess the reason I said that is because she put tomorrow, but then when we were in the meeting, she told me she will need someone to cover for her Monday. So, yeah, it is Monday that we need someone to cover for that. You find out Tuesday. Oh, what you're having. Oh, okay, that's exciting. So you'll have big news to share at the next meeting.
Sort of hoping it's a baby.
Oh, it definitely is. It's kicking up a storm.
Alright, great. Well, if nobody has anything else, I'm going to turn it over to Nyland for the trivia contest. He can tell you all the fun rules. While he's doing that, I'm going to snap a screenshot event and go over to random.org and pick a few winners for our door prizes.
Okay. Hailstorm again.
Hailstorm.
Hailstorm.
The link I just posted is to the event lineup. Why did I post that when I'm doing trivia? Because there is a trivia question in the event lineup. And I don't think I made it that hard, but apparently it's difficult enough that people are having trouble figuring it out. Or maybe they just can't find it. But in the event lineup, there is a trivia question for which you can win 5 gold by answering it correctly. And after you win it, then I will go find another question. The questions on the event lineup are more difficult than those we do in the meeting, simply because you have plenty of time to read it, Google it, or search through the web pages to find it. That's why I make it the hardest type of trivia question. Alrighty, any questions on that point? If you get the answer, just copy paste it to the bottom of the thread. Put your answer in there. I'll see it, and I'll ask Crete to send you your 5 gold. Okay, the rules of the trivia contest, for those of you who are new to the game, are pretty simple. I will give you a question over Vent. You will type the answer in the Ventrilo chat window. Please do not use the guild chat window. Please do not blurt the question out over the microphone. Type it only in the chat, because that tells me who gets it first. If you say it over Vent, but you didn't type it and someone else types it, they will win and you will not. So don't do that. This game is for newbies, worker bees, soldier bees. Killer bees and knights can offer suggestions and hints, but they may also offer tricks and misdirections. So think carefully before you follow their recommendations. Once you've won in the trivia contest, please sit on your hands and let someone else have a chance to win as well. And then at the end of the game, we will have prizes for the 3 people who got the correct questions, or the correct answers. As always, the questions have been well thought out, but the answers have not, and final decisions are entirely on me. Just to get you warmed up. This is not for a prize, this is just to get you warmed up. In the movie E.T. the Extraterrestrial, when E.T. walked, he made a funny sound. How did they make that noise? Yes, it was a finger, but what was the finger doing? Now, it was actually made by fingers squishing around in a jar of jelly. Isn't that interesting? Okay, this one, now we warmed you up a little. This one's for a prize. Again, we are still using the Living World Year 2 as our topic. This will be the next to last week. Next week will be the last week of this topic, and then we'll switch again. Here it is. Both the Tower of Nightmares and the Nightmares Within releases saw which Crichton zone permanently ravaged with a toxic tower rising high out of Lake Viathan? Tress got it. Very quick. Correct. The answer is Kessex Hills. I have to write people down because, as you know, I often forget where I am and what I'm doing at the moment's notice.
Don't worry about it, Nylan, I got it.
Oh, thank you. Are you going to track them? All right, here's another entertainment question. This is not for a prize. Does anyone know what the Karni Mata Temple in Dashnoki, India is famous for? Am I having trouble transmitting again?
You are.
Can you not hear me anymore?
We can hear you now.
Oh, I might have just had a lag spike. Did you hear the answer to my trivia question?
No.
Did you hear the trivia question, the fun one?
Yes.
I think we did. About the not Budapest.
Yeah, the Karni Mata Temple. Well, it's famous because it has 20,000 residents, all of whom are black rats. No one seems impressed but me.
If they were, all albino rats, I would be impressed.
Hey, remind me to give you the follow-on question, which is really cool. Okay. Question number 2 for the money. Fingers on keyboards.
You're not talking.
He was queued up, and then it was like, what?
I really hate when it does that. Okay. Okay, now let's try this again. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Question number 2 for the money. Fingers on keyboards. Yeah, they're really long log pause, I know. Staying true to her word, Ellen Keel successfully funded the research into which event in Tyrian history, which was added as a fractal in the fractured release. Wow, that was fast. Well, Legion had it. The explosion of the thermonova reactor. Yep, that was really fast. Alright, so the follow-on question is, it was recently discovered through fossils and DNA that the Black Plague of Europe was not caused by black rats, as previously thought. Does anyone know what did cause it? I'll give you a hint. They are the same size as rats. Not mice. Not squirrels. I don't know that they had chipmunks. I'll give you another hint. It's a favorite pet. Not cats, dogs, or sogs. Somebody's getting closer with a hamster. Not ferrets. A relative of the hamster. There you go, Gano. A gerbil, that's right. It turns out that it was caused by gerbils.
Critty beat me to it.
Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, for the fun ones, you can anybody can play for the fun ones. Okay, final question for the actual prizes. Fingers on keyboards, except of course for the two winners. So once again this year, we had Tyria celebrating the Winter's Day Festival, and in welcoming the Asuran toy maker Tix with his Infinarium A Very Merry Winter's Day. However, which of these was not one of the festival activities offered this year? I'm going to give you choices. Oh, this is an awfully easy question, but I'll do it anyway. The Bell Choir, the Toycopolis, the Winter Wonderland, or the Mad King's Labyrinth? Gotta type it all the way out. Kurte finally got it. I'll let spelling go. I think you have a sticky L key. You're getting me worried there, Kurte. I thought we were going to have a week where you didn't get one in there. No, Lurker, they don't. That's what I said. Which one is not part of those festivities? All right, that's about it. Just one more quickie. Anybody know what they call the little plastic tip on the end of a shoelace? Anybody's eligible for that one? The tiny plastic tip on the end of the shoelace. So I'll give you a hint. The holes are called eyelets. Very good, Hydrate. Aglet. The eyelet and the aglet. Okay, that's it. Congratulations to our three winners, which I believe pretty recorded.
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm done with my trivia. Thank you very much, and we'll turn it back over to Fate for the door prizes.
Thank you, Nalin and Hailswarm.
Hailswarm.
We appreciate you being here, and we'd like to give some door prizes out just to thank you guys for being here. I don't have sent mail in game, so I can't remember anything. But Cara did let me know that I did not make the prizes available for last week's, so I'm going to include both of those in my in-game email to Critty this week. So we'll get those out to you. This week's trivia prizes go to, first one, Wyland. Congratulations. Yeah, Critty, I think it was the prior weeks that you sent out. So, because Cara didn't, she said she didn't get anything from this past meeting, so I think that the ones I had put in there and sent to you were the last week's. So, okay, let's see. Wyland, what do you want, a bag or a wasp?
I really don't need either.
Would you like 2 gold instead?
Yeah, that'll be fine, thank you.
Okay, because that's about what it would cost. Okay, Hydrate, you're the second winner tonight. Congratulations. Would you like an 18-slot bag, or would you like a pet wasp? Alright, 18-slot bag it is. Alright, and our third and final door prize winner tonight is Gunolf.
I don't need the bag or the wasp.
Would you like 2 gold instead?
Please.
Alright, congratulations. Alright, that concludes our meeting tonight. Thank you all for being here. Next up, we've got, no, we're not going to bed. Well, you can go to bed, Cara. But we're going to do a guild mission. And, Agatha, would you like to lead the guild mission tonight?
Welcome to Honor. Become part of our ranks and battle alongside of us.